Oh shit! Close the pawn. The fuck are you? Okay, so today I'm going to introduce you to my favorite cocktail. Okay. Make sure that all the streams are. I reckon my microphone has been subtly decreasing in volume. Alrighty, that's all the usual shit out of the way. One of these days I'll get my shit together, I'll actually start streams properly. So today I'll be introducing you to my favorite cocktail. And it's actually a fairly simple one. So, start off with the basics. What am I missing? I'm missing one thing. Surprisingly, I haven't imbibed many cocktails yet. But, okay, so what we got as a base is we're using lemonade, which if you don't own a SodaStream, I highly recommend that you buy one because it just makes everything so much easier and so much cheaper. Just buy a bottle of bloody cordial. You want lemonade? Get lemon cordial, mix it with a soda. Lemonade! It's so easy. No peel back tab. 40% fruit juice. It's even probably got more lemon in it than most things. The other thing you could use, if you really wanted to get fucked up, is probably limoncello, or limoncello, or however it's pronounced. That's probably the best if you wanted to have like a pure high alcohol content. But this already has enough alcohol in it. I have seen techno barbarians become weak at the knees from drinking 3 of these. It was actually introduced to me by a friend of mine called James, who was the bartender at a death metal nightclub, who I knew back in what would this been, about the 2009? 2008? And whenever I asked him for the bartender special, this is what he used to get me. He used to charge me $5 for it, and it was basically a tall glass about yay big, and about that much alcohol in it. That's $5 Australian as well, not US. So that's actually really cheap. So you got your lemonade. Yep. Or limoncello if you want to make it really hard. The first thing that you want to put in it is not Jägermeister. Though I'll come to that later. The first thing that you want to put in it is your vodka. So, I'd use a shot glass here, but basically if I was to do that, this glass would become full very quickly. And yeah, so I'm just going to judge it by eye. I'm going to go like half fingers or fingers. In this time, about a shot of vodka. Right, so about that much vodka. That's your base alcohol, usually. The next thing that you want to add is a little bit of Maduri. Now, you can probably already see where I'm going with this one. You might have heard of a drink called a fruit tingle. So a fruit tingle is basically Maduri, blue curacao, and some form of soft drink, depending on how strong you want to make it. But as I said, this drink is designed to fuck you up, and it is quite alcoholic. So it's kind of like a stronger version of a fruit tingle, and it's got its own little twist to it. So we're starting off with the neutral vodka base, so that we're going to add about half the amount of Maduri. Right? So, or melon liqueur. Any form of melon liqueur will do. And the next thing that we are going to want to add, if I remember right, would be Cointreau, or Cointreau, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So far we've got vodka, which is a neutral spirit. We've got melon liqueur. Now we've got Cointreau, which is orange. It's citrus based. It's a citrus liqueur. This stuff is 40%. The Maduri is about like 20% or something, or less. So this is another one of the hard ones in there. Put about the same amount in there as you're putting of the actual Maduri. Now what that does is, if you look at it, it actually makes it kind of cloudy, because I don't know if it's whether the citrus oils or something that are in it, but it doesn't like to mix much. So the next thing that I add at this stage, if I could find any, which I was not able to, unfortunately, this is completely optional. I'd usually add about half a shot of good absinthe, not Czech, like Czechoslovakian, not crappy absinthe, like good absinthe. Preferably one which has the herbs floating around in it, if you know what I mean, like a good one. And about the same amount there again. Now the reason why I don't like using Jägermeister for this is because it completely destroys the color of it. I'll make another one in a minute to show, like after I drink this one. You see that? It's kind of like, it's kind of got the Jaeger now floating in that layer, right? So there's like a green layer, there's like a black, like a sort of a brown cloud floating around in it. If you use absinthe, because it's basically clear, and also it's like ouzo, when you add water to it, it goes cloudy, right? So that's the next stage of it, and then we add our lemonade. Now when you're doing this, when you're actually trying to do it in the real world, if you're doing it in a pub or something, you're trying not to just mix it up, but for the purposes of this, about that much lemonade. Now normally that would be quite green, so it'd be like sort of like a green flavor. The well, melon, like melon, citrus, and all those sorts of stuff. And the next thing that you should add to it is God, I did bring it in, don't I? Fucking thought I did. It's not the lemonade. It's something else. Ah! It's still out there. Or I've put it down somewhere. I'll be right back. There's one more. So the next part that you add to it is pineapple juice. Absolutely vital. It must have pineapple juice. It adds an acid to it. So basically this drink is like the cocktail version of rum. It is very, very sweet. So what you want to do is you want to neutralize the sweetness a little bit. And to do that, you add a little bit of acid. Pineapple juice is perfect for that. If you can get it canned, even better. See how it foams up a bit. And you get it canned, even better. And then you can basically like keep the can chilled in the fridge. Just like poke a little hole in it with a knife and just pour out the little bit as you need it. None of the things that I'm using at the moment have been refrigerated, except for the lemonade, obviously. And now for the final thing which makes it, this is where it becomes sort of like a fruit tingle. Blue curacao. So blue curacao is again sort of like, I don't know, orange peel. So basically it goes with the Cointreau, whatever, however you want to call it. So it's like a citrus melon, and if you got absinthe in there, a little bit aniseedy sort of drink. And what you do is, if you're really cheap, you can get like, it's just a simple drinking straw, and you cut it down the end a little bit on the flexi bit. You peel it back, and then you fold the top back, and you've got yourself a nice little $20 like bar tool, basically. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to chuck that in the glass. And we're going to get something and put it over my legs because I'm probably going to spill it everywhere. We're going to peel that back, alright, to make it a little bit easier for ourselves. I've been doing it on the table, but I don't want to get it all over my computer table if I spill some. I sometimes do, because it's not hard to do. You're going to put the bottom of the straw down the bottom of the glass, and you're going to pour the blue curacao onto the straw. Oh, fucking, I'm spilling it everywhere. Should have invested in a funnel. Alright. And my legs are going to be nice and sticky. Oh, there you go. One layered cocktail. We got the yellow, we got the green, and we got the blue. Okay? That's how you do it. Now, basically, the thing about this cocktail is that when you make it in a tall glass, always use like ice. If you're making a shot glass, obviously you can't use ice because there's not enough like room in the glass. You got to have that high alcohol content. But that with ice in a tall glass, like a nice big tall long one, is so unbelievably alcoholic and sugary that I have seen metalheads who have got like, you know, necks like trees, long hair, you know, fucking wearing fucking all sorts of crazy shit, moshing out to fucking Slayer or like, you know, fucking Sepultura or all your lovely sort of stuff. And I've seen them drink 3 of these and get so fucking pissed off it. They just don't know what hits them. Whoa! Ugh. Fuck, that's a good cocktail. Whoa! Best thing is it keeps on hitting you. And like, you think you're done and then it's like another flavor explosion. And then another flavor comes through. I think it's, part of the reason for that would be the pineapple. And see, as you can see when I'm drinking it there, when you're drinking it, you go through the layers. So you go through what's on the top with the pineapple juice and stuff. Then you go through the Maduri and the vodka and the Cointreau. And then you go through the blue curacao. And it's just like, and like, it is basically the alcohol version of cocaine. Like, if you drink enough of this shit, you will get unbelievably wasted. You will be non-stop chatting to everyone. You'll be hyper. It's like rum. So same sort of effects. Except for I have noticed that people get substantially more fighty on rum than they do off that. But yes, that is my favorite cocktail. It is James Bartender's Special from Ragnarok in Melbourne, which was a really, really good death metal nightclub back in the day. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna make another one in a minute without the Jägermeister in it. But I thought the Jägermeister was a good touch, actually. I wanted to try it. I couldn't get any absinthe, right? But I wanted to try it. And it seemed to have worked out to be a triple layered cocktail. Whereas normally it's kind of like... it's still a triple layered cocktail when you use absinthe. Or if you don't use absinthe. But it doesn't have the such variation. So like in that one it went from like yellow to green to blue. Whereas the other way that I make it, usually it's like a green to a dark green to a blue. So, I don't know, I kind of like that. That was nice. I'm going to make another one. Unfortunately, the prerequisites for making it, you got to have about $200 worth of alcohol on hand. But trust me, you don't need much of it, and it's a good way of keeping your alcohol cupboard stocked, because if you're actually drinking stuff like that, as opposed to like just drinking like straight Jack Daniels or whatever, then you're always going to have bottles on your shelf, and you can sort of like mix and choose what you want to drink today. Though I really do need to get a better straw. What I usually use is those paper straws, and they're like a lot thicker. They have more girth, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier to pour blue Curacao into them. But damn, that was nice. Yes, I definitely want another one. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to make it again. Start off with our vodka. Be contaminated a little bit by the Curacao that's left in the glass. So if you can, please try to clean out your glass first. And tall glasses are absolutely perfect for it. I reckon the smaller the glass there is, the harder it is to make a cocktail in it, because you have less room for error. And basically, I reckon, like, if someone can make a shot glass that's like 5 different layers, I would give that person like a Michelin star of like 3 or more, like just for preparation. Okay, so got that one. Got the Madeira. I liked how it went green before. We'll try a little bit more Madeira. Then it was a Cointreau. And remember, you don't want it to. You want it to muddle, like you don't want it to mix. This is not a shaking cocktail, my friends. When my old mate James used to make these for me, it used to be in a tall glass like this, except for about that high, and the alcohol would be up to here. I'm making the Povo version of it. Okay, so that's that, and that. Now I got a lemonade. Right. G'day, Jaeger. Though I think I added Jaeger last time before I added some of that. So this time it will be a little bit different. Pineapple juice. Oh, I kind of destroyed the layer I had going there. So there's a little bit of magic how it separates out in the end. Now blue croquet. What I really need, if someone wants to chuck me a couple of dollars, actually I do have some. They're just in a box somewhere. They're in the bottom of a box somewhere. Bottle pourers. Bottle pourers are essential. So at this stage I'd call this a bit of like a dragon's blood cocktail. Especially if like you found a way to add some like red liqueur to it. You'd have like a red layer, the sort of ochreish layer, followed by like the Jaeger layer, which is like kind of brown. And then you got like and brown's a very interesting color. Don't get me started on the color brown. As it's one of those colors you can't reproduce easily. Oh, straw. And our blue curacao, which is somewhere. God, I'm already getting fucked up from it. What's up with the blue curacao? I've already run off with it. What the hell? I'm like surrounded by alcohol bottles. It's like that video where the dog has like all these bowls fall down on him. It's like, no, it's like seriously, where the hell is the blue curacao? There it is. And that is the magic of cocktail making. Right? It's gone from being like a muddled brown, and now it's got 4 layers. Let me show you its features. Fucking 4-layered cocktail. So James, if you're watching, I found a way to make your cocktail even better. God, I'm gonna end up looking like a dyed blue knees or something. Now, this can also being served with ice. You can also, and then you can also, I don't know, I'm just gonna drink it. Now, if you want to see how good that actually is, in terms of layering, I shall grab my phone. Can't believe I've just reproduced that in like literally the most low-tech way possible. That towel is basically my alcohol spill rag. Now, as I said, like I've mixed it up a little bit more than I should have. But the top layer, if you do it perfectly, you can chuck a little bit of Jaeger or something on the top, or like oh, I hesitate to say Black Sambuca. Like there is probably something that you can get that will float on top of that. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! Oh! I'm going to get fucked up. Holy shit. Okay, so into that stream, I might play a little bit more Battlefleet Gothic. And then maybe get into some Subnautica or something. And then have a shower and get all this fucking alcohol off me. But you need to try that cocktail. I swear to God, it is the best shit you'll ever drink. And like, if you have a bartender who's willing to sit there and make you glass after glass of that stuff, you are going to have an experience unlike any other. I think there's a reason why every single person I've ever dated has been a bartender or a barista.